up? I'm Ayla.
I'm Beth Ann.
And this is Let's Talk BL, a Boys Love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is Sunday, Series Sunday, the day of the week where we talk all about one series and one series only, chock full of spoilers. So if you have not watched Jun Jun, go watch it. It's so short.
It's so easy to watch. This is what I love about the Korean dramas is they're so easy to watch.
Yes. And they're like 8 episodes, 20 minutes each. You can knock it out in like an afternoon.
Yeah.
It's cute and fun and fresh.
It's a good like weekend binge. In fact, if you're in the States, it's a holiday weekend. Like go watch the thing and do the stuff.
It's so easy. Okay, nuts and bolts. Again, we have 8 episodes. They're 20 minutes each. It's on Viki. So easy. The director who directed this also directed the Korean Why Are You?
Oh.
Which is fun. I guess that makes sense because there's a Demundi cameo in this one too, which was really out of left field.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense now. So we have, starring as Choi Jun, Ki Hyun Woo, and Lee Jun is played by Young Jun Mo.
Yes. Okay, synopsis time. His childhood first love, Choi Jun, who disappeared without a word, returned as a hot general manager. An office rom-com about idol-turned-intern Lee Jun and Choi Jun, a heart-fluttering genius director.
Yeah.
Simple. Straightforward. To the point.
Yeah, there was
true. Hence the whole Jun and Jun of it all.
There was not any like big storyline, dramatic, whatever.
No, which is very different for a Korean BL. I will say.
True.
I kept watching it, like, waiting for it because, like, they knew each other in the past, right? So I kept waiting for, like, the childhood trauma to drop.
Lord. Yeah.
I kept waiting for. I was like, okay, so who got kidnapped? Who got recruited by a cult? Who got like hit by a car?
One of them just left.
Who's an orphan? Yeah. Right? Like I kept waiting for the like trademark K-drama childhood trauma to drop.
Yeah, no.
And it never did. No. Which was like kind of nice. Like I like now, don't get me wrong. I love a good childhood trauma storyline.
I mean,
like
who
it's
doesn't?
Entertaining, right?
Yeah.
I started watching like Asian dramas through K-dramas, so it's very like nostalgic to me to see the like I like it's interesting. It's it's entertaining to watch, right? The whole point of dramas is that it's like dramatic.
Yeah, they take childhood trauma to the next level.
Yeah.
There's some that like I have vivid memories of some K-dramas and I'm like, damn, a child saw that or a child experienced that and I also wouldn't get over it.
Yeah, but like that never happened in this one, which was like kind of nice and funny to watch. Like I will say I think Jun and Jun was very much like was us getting a chance to preview KBL's moving a little closer to Thai BL style, which I don't think is a bad thing because like every country has their own style, but like I think we all have to admit like Thailand kind of like obviously we know it all came from Japan, like we all know it came from Japan, like this started from Japan, this genre, but Thailand really has like led the forefront of the BL genre, like Y series, like they've like led the innovation and like really like pumped out more than anyone else, like on the like just at scale more than anyone else has. So it's like interesting to see where typically Korea influences Thailand and Korea influences other countries. Yeah. It's very interesting to see Thailand and like Thai style. Because there were other things from like that were like Thai style that I noticed in Jun and Jun. Like there were some like sound effect situations that I was like really reminded me of like a Thai BL.
Right.
But it still was very Korean. Like they have this whole conversation with the girl whose name I can't remember.
Kim Young.
Yes. They have a whole conversation with her in the car about like, and this is something that is very Korean. Like if you like K-pop and you hear and you've heard like idols talk about this, which is like, oh well, like you're Korean, right? Both your parents are Korean, but like if you weren't born in Korea, you're not Korean, right? If you didn't grow up in Korea, or like if you didn't grow up in Korea, like you're not Korean. It's this whole conversation, and idols talk a lot about it, especially idols like, for example, like Mark Lee from NCT, right? And like I've even heard like Rose from Blackpink, who she, Australian, right? And like same thing, right? With like Bang Chan from like Stray Kids, right? Like all of these idols you hear them talk about where like it's just sort of this thing, you have this like identity crisis because you're like in Australia or America or wherever, or Canada in Mark Lee's case, right? Wherever you're from, you're not Canadian or Australian or American, right? You're Korean. But in Korea, they're like, you're not a native Korean. So they have this whole conversation in the car with her about like how good or bad their Korean is. Right.
And they always bring up American style.
Yeah. They're always like USA style, which is they're like Miguk style, which is very funny. So it's still very Korean, but it's just really interesting for me to see the like Thai influence on something Korean.
Yeah.
Because that's like pretty novel. Like that doesn't happen often, you know?
No, especially early days KBLs were very, very, very Korean, very K-drama.
Yeah.
And they have loosened up. It's funny, the last couple of KBLs, we've even seen people talking about like the kiss scenes. But that happened with K-dramas too. So this isn't specific to KBLs. This is specific to just the Korean entertainment industry in general. Because I remember when I first got into Korean dramas and they would like face smash, essentially. They wouldn't kiss. Because there was no kissing involved. It was just like two people putting their faces together and like holding very still.
More than anything else.
Yeah.
And that, yes, it was, I guess the word for that is like chaste, which does still happen in K-dramas.
Yeah,
I've watched a few like K-dramas from like this year that still like, that's just like Korean style. It's just like a stylistic thing, right? Like, it's similar if you watch, like, American TV has a very specific way of shooting, like, intimate scenes, right? So, like, I think it's just a style.
I guess so.
But, yeah, so like, definitely if you're from the West, you're like, what?
Are they doing?
Yeah, you're like, what? I'm confused.
But, yeah, it is funny. I think it confused people because of the whole, like, there wasn't much of, like, a dramatic storyline that people are like, there's no plot. And so, yeah, I would definitely say this is more of like a slice of life drama of like this boy, it was an idol. Now he's an office worker, which is, again, so Korean.
It's so Korean.
He's so excited to become an office worker. And his ex-manager is in the office and he's his little like, his like
mentor kind of, or like buddy.
Yeah, his like young, like, right. He's like very much his like, his mentor, his guide. And then you have like this rival idol who also likes the boy, and then the like boss happens to be his childhood best friend. So like there's a bunch of connections, but I wouldn't necessarily call those plot.
Well, the plot is the romance. Like the plot is Daddy Jun trying to get with
Baby Jun,
or like Idol Jun, not Baby Jun.
And there's like, so many interferences.
Yeah,
so like, many interferences.
That is the plot. It is a true rom-com.
It really is.
I think that's the difference. Is like this is not a drama. It is truly a rom-com. Like it is like silly, like 10 Things I Hate About You, right? Like, it's very much like Just Shoot Me, if you ever saw that show.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, especially with the scenes, like, where they've found themselves at Baby Jun's apartment, and he's sitting on his lap. And, and Daddy Jun is, like, he's getting Baby Jun is getting flashbacks to being like the boss's firm. You're like, what is happening here? But it is very like comical. There's some like silly moments. It's just fun.
It's really fun watch, and it's so easy. Like you breeze through it. It's really nice because it's one of those where like you don't really have to pay attention, which I like that kind of TV sometimes. Like, listen, I talk a lot about how much I love a plot, and like as a writer and like somebody with like a background and like professionally, my background is in publishing, right? Like like communications, and so I very much like I love like a good thick plot, which is why I like K-dramas so much, right? Like that's why I got into that.
Yeah.
But sometimes there is something nice, like especially if you're just like it was a long day, it was a long week, whatever. You're still traumatized by OnlyFriends, like I don't know, whatever the situation is, where you just refreshing. Like want to just like. Like you want to just like watch the cute boys be cute. You want to watch Daddy Jun Daddy, and like
they had really great chemistry.
Yeah, they're actually really sweet together.
All the characters had chemistry. The chemistry from between Baby Jun and Song Hyun Jae. I thought like they're sweet like older brother, baby brother, although older brother has a crush on baby brother, but then he realizes that like he just wants what's best for him, and potentially he ends up with Simone. Like that was cute because there were some like behind the scenes that we didn't get, I think, in the series at the very last minute that were like there was more implied that the idol is gonna end up with the like former manager. I did like that was one of those situations that you see occasionally in shows where there's some kind of like long lingering crush I mean, kind of like from Only Friends, right? Where Ray is like, I really, really love Mew. And then at some point that love really turns into like a familial love, like
or just like true friendship, right?
Yeah.
Like a friend love, which exists.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it is sweet that he kind of realized it on his own that like, I want what's best for him. And if he's happy with Daddy June, then he can have Daddy June.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this was just a really sweet show, I think, more than anything else.
Yeah, I agree. The fiance was such a funny random plot point where you have this girl. She's such a funny dynamic to June and June, but then you find out that there's some weird family arranged marriage,
right? Which is pretty common, I would say, in at least K-dramas.
Yeah,
everybody's getting arranged marriage in K-dramas for sure.
Well, and in Thai dramas, it's become even more so lately.
Oh yeah, we're married. All the sons of sons of sons are all getting married to each other. Listen, if you know somebody and they got a son and you got a son, you might as well just go ahead and link up
for business. I thought that was so funny because this is one of those situations where like he just let baby June assume that they were getting married because like, right, like they're very touchy-feely, they're very close, they like talk in a certain way, and then they do specifically say like, oh, we're engaged or something, and he's like, what? Or she does, I think, and he's like, he just makes all these assumptions, but Daddy June never corrects him. He's just like, yeah, sure.
I mean,
it takes him a while to be like, I'm not engaged.
Right,
I'm not going back to the States.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the like cat and mouse that they have going on with it, is where he's like, because he's got this like mystique almost.
Yeah,
like,
it's true. One of the scenes, speaking of like the whole like American style, that scene in the break room where he's differentiating between the squishy and the soft. That scene, it's so good. This is what we talk about when we talk about you don't need NC scenes to show romance.
Yeah.
You just need chemistry, and you need two characters touching in clearly not a platonic way, but like also it's not overly sexual, and he's just like, this is soft and this is squishy. And you're just like, oh my god, it's it's just so cute.
This show is also highly comedic in a way that I feel like is so uniquely Korean.
Yeah,
there are a lot of good like Korean comedy, like, so I watch like a K-drama, but there's a lot of good Korean comedy like movies, like especially Koreans do action comedy really well.
Yeah,
and like this reminded me a lot of that, like with the spins and the falls and the like where it ends up being like comedic. It's like just got like very good like comedic timing with like the physicality of the show.
It's true. We also got some fun cameos in this show.
Yes, Tudor and Yim.
A hot second.
Yeah.
I always wonder when they do these cameos, because they like, of course, like showed and announced these cameos before they aired the show, and I was like, how's this gonna work?
Yeah, like what's the tie-in? Although this isn't the first time that we've had it. Like, Mundi really loves this whole like Korean thing, because like obviously with Jimmy and Tommy, R.I.P. Pour Not for the Lost Emmys, womp womp. Oh, so sad, my heart. I always forget how much I like Jimmy and Tommy.
They still exist
with Peach of Time.
Yeah.
Right. So like, this isn't even the first time Mundi has done a like Korean crossover.
Right, and they had Max Nat cameo in Why Are You?
Yes. Right, yeah, in the Korean Why Are You?
Yes? In something else.
I haven't watched the Korean Why Are You yet.
They show up? They show up in Love Class? They show up in something that I watched. Maybe I just saw a clip from Why Are You, because I haven't watched it yet.
Anyways, it wouldn't make sense for them to show up in Love Class.
I swear to God I've watched the show. Anyways, I don't remember. But then we also get a cameo from the Mr. Heart Boys.
Yes.
From Ha-jin and Min-jun. Those boys were so cute. I feel like Mr. Heart is really underrated.
Yeah, but we've talked about this before. Mr. Heart has been underrated for 2 years now?
I know.
This is not news.
I appreciate the cameos that we've been given in a lot of the KBLs over the years.
Not just KBLs, Taiwanese dramas are like the kings of the cameo.
It's true. It's true. Have we gotten any Koreans in Thai BLs? We haven't gotten any cameo. There's no crossover because the Taiwanese and Japanese have gotten some crossover. The Koreans and the Thai, but not the Thai.
So. I don't think the Koreans have done any. I don't have appeared in any Thai.
They haven't gone to Korea. I mean to Thailand.
Or right, like they would go to Thailand. I don't think so.
Who do we think would make a cameo in a Thai BL? I feel like that Kissable Lips boy, not the idol one. Or the current idol one, but the other boy.
Oh, maybe.
Because he did a fan meeting in Korea recently.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what I would like to see the Thais actually adopt from the Koreans. The Koreans really love doing this, where they'll put a former idol in a BL.
Yes.
Or they'll have idol groups like appear in K-dramas.
Yes.
Like as idols. I really want, now that T-pop is like popping off, I want to see like T-pop idols in BLs. Like full like T-pop idols going to BLs. Not BL boys that have decided like they sing and dance.
Not like Off-Road and Dao.
Yes,
you want them to play actual idols in the show.
I want them to play idols in the show, right? Like Pentagon did that.
Yes.
And there have been a few where like they are idols in the show, right? Oh my God. He's an idol in the show. Oh my God, it's such a good show. Oh my God.
Is it just a regular drama?
No, it's a BL.
Oh.
Oh my God. And he's an idol in the show and he has to like hide and he was trying to do like a cooking show. Oh my God. And there's that sassy girl that's like, screw you at the end. Oh my God, what is that KBL called? Oh my God. I'm watching it in my head right now.
Not the Wish one?
No. Oh my God. And his group does the OST for it.
Oh.
And two of the boys that are in the 7 also were in a group.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What is the name of that show?
Oh my God. And it's such a good show. I
God.
can't believe I'm blanking on it.
If you're listening, you're probably in your car being like, I know this.
Yeah,
drama.
you're probably like, I know this. I'm going to get scolded again for not doing my research beforehand.
Is it the one with where they like are archer? There's like archery in it?
No. He owns a restaurant. He's a chef at a restaurant.
Oh, Holland?
No. And the other boy and the manager, it's like so funny because he's like going to throw up and the manager is like, are you guys going to kiss now?
What is that?
He's like making gimbap. At one point, he makes gimbap.
Is not the rooftop restaurant.
No.
There's
oh my
so
God.
Many, now that I think about it,
You're killing me.
There's so many.
You're supposed to know You are supposed to know everything about BLs. You're the one that's like, I know everything about BLs.
There's so many KBLs that have involved food and cooking.
God. Oh my God.
But he's an idol and he plays an idol.
This is going to drive me crazy. I'll figure it out and I will put it in
the description.
The
Disclaimer. Here's the name of the drama that we couldn't think of that we had to research.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that we couldn't think of, but we had to research to figure out what it was. That makes total sense.
What's the disclaimer?
That we had that we're gonna endlessly talk about the fact that we can't think about.
I was like, what's the disclaimer?
Because these conversations, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and these conversations sometimes are frustrating because you're like, I know what they're talking about, and I could tell them what they're talking about.
They don't even know what they're talking about.
But this is pre-recorded, so like you can't. Oh,
To my star, thank God.
Oh, that was a good one. I did love that.
To my star. It's To My Star.
I see. Oh, yes. Oh my God, I
was like, I'm literally describing the entire drama.
Oh, they make gimbap in his house.
He's trying to do a cooking show. He's trying to do like a YouTube cooking show.
That's all right. God, I love To My Star. I haven't watched it in so long. That was a KBL.
That was a great show. Anyways, that trope of like an idol who is an idol in the show, like that's what I want to see come out of T-pop. Like I want to see.
That would be fun.
But not the other way around, right? Like we saw PB Crit, who started in BL, is now a T-pop idol, right?
Right.
I want to see like Atlas in a BL.
That would be fantastic.
XOXO if you're listening. Or like actually Proxy has done a BL. And one of the boys does play a musician, but it's a BL movie and like we can't watch it. Womp womp. Sad. I know. It's called My Tempo. And I'm highly devastated that I can't watch it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Ongli and Chokun are the pair. And Chokun is the like music boy, but he's not an idol per se. He's like a musician. Yeah.
I mean, we got that with that. I'm so sorry to bring this up, but the band one where we got the 2 episodes and then they were like JK.
Oh, the boy band.
Yes, because they are a boy band.
They are a boy band. That is true, but I never got to watch it. I watched 2 episodes of it.
Know, you were hyped, and then they were like JK.
But you know who is doing it? Now that you mention that, Beyond the Star will be coming soon.
It's true.
And hashtags.
Oh my God. Go stream Supernova.
Stream Supernova. Yes. Anyways. That was what I thought was missing from this show, from Jun and Jun, is I wanted to see him be an idol.
It's true.
Like, we know he's like an ex-idol, but I would have loved like a flashback or something to like his idol days.
Yeah, we only got to see them do a photo shoot.
Yeah, I would love to have seen him like actually like being an idol.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I love this drama overall. The chemistry between the two was really fun. The constant interference of outsiders was always really fun. That sometimes I really like that, where there's not a huge conflict between the main couple. You just have a bunch of people from the outside interfering. And and at some point they're like, none of these people matter. I like you. You like me. Let's do this.
Well, and I feel like that's a good setup too, because it, as a viewer, like you never feel like you have to be on one boy's side or another. Like neither of the boys become the enemy. It's like outside forces.
It's true. Yeah. I also love that this is like a workplace drama.
I mean, that's the hot ticket for 2023.
I know. I love that
everything's in the workplace.
I love that the Koreans go 2 extremes. They either go high school,
right,
or actual adults in the professional world.
Yeah. Have we gotten a KBL that's in college? That's in university?
Semantic error.
Oh, right. Yes.
That was it?
I think so. I
feel like we've had this conversation before, and we always are like semantic error. And then,
semantic error is iconic.
It is. That rumor that got started on the internet about GMMTV possibly doing a remake of Semantic
Literally,
Error.
a fan started that rumor. Everybody started talking about that. But I guess because I was like, I was scrolling at the right time and like in the right place. Like I saw the thread where literally the fan that started the rumor even admitted like that they had like no basis to go off of. They were just like, here's why I think. And they were just like, because like these characters would fit these boys.
It's because people liked that idea so much. I think it really took off. Into the fact that the author of Semantic Error was like, I have not licensed this. No. Also, The Eighth Sense was set in university. Oh, and Love Class was just set in university. So there's been a handful. But yeah, mostly it's either high school or office professional. Yeah. Actually, the Korean BLs go all over the place because Holland's BL that you were talking about, it's not really a workplace because it's not an office, right? No. Like, they're not in, so like they're in a restaurant? Yeah. At the beach? They're kind of all over the place, the KBLs, which I appreciate. True. You get like all kinds of people. It's true. Yeah. I'd rewatch this one. I think I would. I definitely, if somebody like wanted to get into BL, I think Jun and Jun is really good to get. If you have a friend that watches K-dramas and you want to get them into BL, I would really, really recommend Jun and Jun as like the thing to show them. Yeah, especially if they already watch K-dramas, especially if they like stuff like You Are Pretty or something like that, right? Like, this reminds me a lot of You Are Pretty with like less childhood trauma and also like no second lead syndrome. Yes, but like. Yeah, this is one that I would put on my list when somebody's like, oh, I want to start watching BLs. What should I watch? Like, I actually would put Jun and Jun on my list as like a starter BL. Yeah, I agree. It's funny you talk about second lead syndrome. I was trying to think. I was like, did I actually ever root for the manager boy? because that's the thing with second lead syndrome is like in You Are Pretty, like you wanted her. She chose the wrong guy.
Listen, and you know it's bad when like PSJ is the wrong boy. When Park Seo Joon is the wrong boy,
so true.
like you know it's bad.
Oh, he was the worst.
I know, but Choi Siwon is also excellent, but like he was just so
good.
good. Oh, but yeah, Park Seo Joon was the worst in that.
Yeah. But yeah, you never really want Baby June to end up with anyone other than Daddy June. Especially not with that idol, man.
Because there's a second lead, but it's not second lead syndrome.
No.
Yeah.
This was a good one. Okay. We have merch. Go buy our merch. Look at these cute cups.
Yours will come with the correct color lid and straw. You also can still sign up to be on the wait list to go to Thailand with us. In fact, we are considering planning a second Thailand trip. So the bigger that wait list gets, the more likely it is that we'll be able to host another Thailand trip.
Yes.
To everyone coming on our sold out Thailand trip, thank you. We're so excited. We can't wait to hang out with you in Thailand. And last but not least.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
If you are in Houston, near Houston, around Houston, can get to Houston the weekend of Halloween,
you better
October
get to
29th,
Houston.
Get to Houston. We are teaming up with some of our best friends who are amazing, Jovi and Eileen and Robbie, who you have seen on this channel before, but also if you're just like on TikTok ever, you know all of them. Mm-hmm. We are getting together and we are hosting an Only Friends finale viewing party on October 29th in Houston at Nam Khao, which is an amazing Thai restaurant. Trust me when I tell you the food is delicious. It's
going to be so cool.
We're going to have so much fun. We're going to stream the show together. We're also going to make friendship bracelets. And we've got a ton of giveaways, a bunch of freebies. So even if you don't win a giveaway, there's going to be freebies. Everybody goes home with something. Everybody gets something. Also, there's a costume contest. And I think that the prize packs for the costume contest are pretty dang good.
Yes.
And we'll be dressed up.
We will be.
In fact, the five of us have like a group costume planned already, which is like hilarious.
Feels right.
And we're going to do a really cool fan project that we don't want to talk about because it needs to be a surprise for the people that the project is going to.
Yes.
So you have to show up if you want to be a part of the fan project and just know what it is in general. But it's going to be really, really cool. So it's a totally free event. All you have to do is RSVP. RSVP is required because it is a restaurant. So we have to make sure there's room enough for everybody to sit down and eat and make friendship bracelets and all the fun stuff that we're talking about. So RSVP, it's totally free. The link is in the description. You can also find it in our bio, in Eileen's bio, in Jovi's bio, and Robbie's bio, in all the bios, links and bios. Come hang out with us on October 29th in Houston. We really hope to see you guys.
It's going to be so fun. And until then, this has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.